Can you feel it? That familiar, gnawing sensation in the pit of your stomach, a whisper of doubt threatening to drown out the roar of anticipation? It's the hockey season, a time of renewed hope and fervent dreams. But for fans of the Edmonton Oilers, this year arrives wrapped in a shroud of undeniable tension. Because as the puck drops and the skates carve fresh ice, one colossal, franchise-altering question hangs heavy in the air, a sort of Damocles suspended precariously over Rogers Place. Is this the year the Edmonton Oilers finally break through? Or is it the year their greatest star, Connor McDavid, quietly, agonizingly begins to look for greener pastures? This isn't just about a contract. It's about a legacy, a city's aspirations, and the relentless, often brutal, pursuit of the ultimate prize in sports. Connor McDavid, the undisputed king of the NHL, is entering the final year of his monumental 8-year, $100 million deal, a contract he inked way back in 2017. Next summer, he's slated to become an unrestricted free agent, a phrase that sends shivers down the spines of Oilers faithful and sparks feverish speculation across the league. And as training camp officially kicks off, McDavid himself, with that characteristic blend of calm and understated intensity, offered little to quell the rising tide of anxiety, stating simply that nothing's really changed regarding his contract situation. Not really much to report, McDavid told reporters, acknowledging that while he and his camp think about it, we talk about it. Gauge where we're at, where we're feeling. The bottom line remains, nothing's really changed as of now, and just excited to be here at camp and get rolling. On the surface, it sounds like business as usual, a superstar focused on the task at hand. But beneath that placid exterior, for anyone paying close attention, the undercurrents are powerful, hinting at a seismic decision that will shape the fortunes of the Edmonton Oilers for the next decade. This isn't just a negotiation, it's a high-stakes poker game, and McDavid holds all the cards. Let's not mince words. Connor McDavid is a generational talent, a force of nature whose brilliance transcends the sport. In an era often criticized for its lack of true superstars, McDavid stands alone, a dazzling anomaly. 3 Hart trophies, as the league's most valuable player, already grace his mantle. He has led the league in scoring in 5 of his 10 seasons, a testament to his unparalleled defensive prowess, his blinding speed, and his uncanny ability to make the impossible look routine. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen, the statistical marvel, and the kind of player who can single-handedly change the complexion of a game, a series, or even an entire franchise. But perhaps the most telling and heartbreaking testament to his individual brilliance came 2 seasons ago when he earned the Conn Smythe Trophy as the top playoff performer, despite playing for the team that lost in the Stanley Cup Final. It was only the 6th time in NHL history that such an honor was bestowed upon a player from the losing side, a stark illustration of the monumental burden he carries. Imagine pouring every ounce of your being into a championship run, reaching the precipice of glory, only to fall short, and still being recognized as the best player in the entire postseason. It speaks volumes about his individual drive and the sheer weight of expectation that rests squarely on his shoulders. And that weight has only grown heavier, more suffocating, in the wake of the Oilers' recent playoff heartbreaks. For 2 consecutive seasons, Edmonton has reached the Stanley Cup Final, only to be denied by the relentless, suffocating pressure of the Florida Panthers. Twice, they've stood on the brink, tasted the champagne, and felt the weight of the cup in their hands, only for it to slip away. These aren't just losses, they are scars, deep emotional wounds for a franchise and its fan base, and perhaps even more so for the player who has given everything to bring a championship back to Alberta. These consecutive defeats are not merely footnotes in the Oilers' history. They are pivotal moments that directly feed into the current contract uncertainty. They raise legitimate questions about the team's ability to build a truly championship-caliber roster around its superstar. McDavid wants to win, desperately. He wants to win in Edmonton, as GM Stan Bowman confidently asserts. But wanting to win and being able to win are 2 very different things, especially when the window of opportunity for a player of McDavid's caliber is finite. Oilers general manager Stan Bowman, in a recent statement, projected an air of calm confidence, telling reporters, "I go by what he says. and that is that he wants nothing more than to win in Edmonton. I trust his word. It's a reassuring sentiment, a public vote of confidence that management believes their captain will ultimately commit his long-term future to the franchise. But in the cutthroat business of professional sports, words, however heartfelt, often ring hollow when confronted with the cold, hard reality of an expiring contract and a player's unfulfilled championship aspirations. Trust is one thing, a signed deal is another entirely. The true complexity of the situation was illuminated by TSN hockey insider Chris Johnston on Insider Trading. Johnston noted that the fact McDavid is entering this season without a contract extension already signed is notable, a subtle but significant red flag. More importantly, Johnston emphasized that this completely remains on McDavid's timeline. This isn't a negotiation where the team holds the leverage, it's a situation entirely dictated by the player. He still has some reticence about where the lineup is at, Johnston revealed, indicating that McDavid wants time to see what the contract looks like and wants to see how everything kind of develops this season. This is the crux of the matter, the underlying tension that will permeate every single game, every single shift, every single moment of the Oilers' upcoming season. McDavid isn't just looking at the numbers on a new contract. He's evaluating the entire picture. He's assessing the roster, the coaching staff, the strategic direction of the franchise. He's watching to see if the Oilers have truly learned from their past failures, if they've made the necessary adjustments, and if they can finally provide him with the supporting cast capable of pushing them over the top. This season isn't just about winning games. It's an audition, a prolonged, high-stakes tryout for the entire Edmonton organization. With McDavid as the ultimate judge, the stakes could not be higher. For the Oilers, losing McDavid would be an existential blow, a catastrophic unraveling of everything they've built around him. It would set the franchise back years, perhaps even decades, and leave a fan base utterly devastated. For McDavid, the decision is equally monumental. Does he stay loyal to the city that drafted him, the team he has poured his heart and soul into, hoping that the third time's the charm for a Stanley Cup? Or does he, like so many superstars before him, ultimately seek a new challenge, a fresh start, a different path to the championship glory that has so far eluded him? This season, every pass, every goal, every victory, and especially every defeat, will be viewed through the lens of McDavid's impending decision. Will the team's performance be enough to convince him to stay? Will the distraction of his contract status, as some fear, ultimately derail their championship aspirations? Or will the pressure galvanize the Oilers, pushing them to finally achieve the greatness that has been just out of reach? The answers will only come on McDavid's timeline, and until then, the hockey world watches with bated breath. This isn't just a story about hockey. It's a story about ambition, loyalty, the weight of expectation, and the relentless pursuit of a dream. It's the kind of drama that defines sports, reminding us why we invest so much emotion in these games. So, what's your gut telling you, hockey fans? Does Connor McDavid ultimately commit his future to the Edmonton Oilers? Or does the relentless chase for the Stanley Cup lead him to explore options elsewhere? Share your predictions, your hopes, and your anxieties in the comments below. We want to hear every single one of them. And if this deep dive into the most compelling storyline in the NHL has you on the edge of your seat, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive insights and analysis as this incredible saga unfolds.